is up, everybody? Season 7, episode 14. This is because you tried to stop me immediately as we were getting started. But season 7, episode 14, Bettors Delight. We're here. And usually I start the show. I talk about how poor or good we did at bovadasportsbook.com, every single week. But I don't even have much to say. I'm turning it right over. It's Matt's week. It's Matt's week.
Big week. Should have been even 8 units higher. They cheated and let Scotty Scheffler make the cut when he really missed it. So that was fake. But shout out Bryson DeChambeau. It's interesting. I feel like one of those guys that it's like, oh, I saw that band play in the high school gym before all these posers got here. I've been a Bryson guy for a long time, always have been. Now he's like America's sweetheart all of a sudden. So I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy for the exposure, but day one fan over here. So I'm happy for him. He is the U.S. Open champion. That bunker shot will go down in the history as one of the best bunker shots we've ever seen. To get up and down from that area, amazing. Shout out Bryson. Watch out. I imagine he gets to play over in the Open overseas, but then again, I don't know the rules, so we'll see what happens. He should be on the Olympic team. Nothing against Wyndham Clark, but he should be on that team instead of Clark.
He stinks, but yeah, sure. Mike?
That's it.
Mike?
What?
Do you hear the footsteps? Because that is the biggest story of the week. Outside of Matt and his love for Bryson DeChambeau, the footsteps are creeping ever so closer. You're minus 32 units in the last 2 weeks, and Uncle Matt is on his way.
Just get your lock right and you're fine. Italy were the much better team than Albania. I should have just stuck with Germany in that first game over Scotland. That was easy. Made that my lock. Chose the wrong one there. We'll figure it out. You got an easy one for this week.
Maybe. We'll see. Mark, I appreciate you being absolutely awful last week because it put you in the dead last, just a shade above me. Not even a full unit in the dead last. But thank you.
Yeah, shout out Willie Zalatoris. He's been playing some really terrible golf. And I thought he might get off the schneid. He didn't. Things aren't going too well over here, but I'd rather be dead last than the guy that was 80 units up that will lose the season. Listen, when you think about it that way, it's not so bad.
I'm still 80 units up.
It's getting closer.
No,
the one good thing, Mark, you could say about last week is he did go undefeated in tennis. So what are you going to do? Look at the positives.
I was going to ask if I made any tennis picks.
You made 2. You went 2-0. You were good work by you.
Yeah.
Everything else was an absolute calamity, but 2-0 in tennis.
How am I doing? What did I get last week?
You did well. You got
plus
the U.S.
19.65.
Nice.
Can I just say I feel
and you're still back 80 units to me.
I feel like we're, as a podcast, pretty good at choosing who's going to win the majors. Like, I feel like we've picked major winners at a decent clip between the 4 of us.
I mean, we've given out 2 out of the last 3 U.S. Open winners.
Sure.
Correct.
Scheffler in the Masters. I assume one of us gave that out, if I had to guess.
Who gave out the U.S. Open winners 2 out of the last 3 years?
You and
Mark took Matt Fitzpatrick, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought I took Matt Fitzpatrick.
No,
we did this before. I think we
you took him for another tournament.
Yeah, I think he might have won something
Heritage.
else.
Yeah. I think it was RBC Heritage.
Yeah.
And then I had Akshay, not a major though,
but I mean, we picked golf winners at a decent clip though. One out of 4.
Picking some good golf winners.
Yeah.
We found a little bit of a groove on Bovada with some of the golf picks. That's for certain.
Are we golf guys?
We might be. We can't play very well. Shout out Mike. First time in a long time. I took him to the woodshed on the golf course over the weekend.
I have not played that bad of golf in a long time.
Mike almost broke 150.
How'd he finish? Dead last? Yeah, he had a good day, though.
No. Dad came in last. But.
I did see. I did driving by the Metroplex today. I did see Dad pulling out of PGA Superstore. I think he was grabbing some golf balls from what he lost on Sunday. So
That was one of the worst performances you ever seen out there. I need to hit the range or something real bad.
Ball management, Mike. I told you that was the key.
Punch Greg
Ball
right in his
management.
jaw.
first of all,
Punch
Greg
Greg
and
right in
Mike
his
aren't
jaw.
allowed to. They're not allowed to ride together anymore.
'Cause Greg's
All they
the
do is
worst.
They yap and they yell at each other.
Here's the issue.
Greg's
I
the
never
worst.
said a word. I pulled into the parking lot,
You're
and Mike
such a
already had his
liar.
cart waiting for me. No, Mike had the cart waiting for me to get in, and he immediately starts going, Greg Day! Woo! He's yelling in the parking lot, clapping that it's Greg Day.
It was Greg's birthday weekend, and I was hyped to see my brother on his birthday weekend. What? I can't be happy to see him, and then he immediately shits down my.
It's the same guy. He wouldn't be caught dead getting lunch.
Why would he do
What was he doing? What was he doing?
That's not.
I don't know what I'm going to say there.
Words.
I'm just going to
Not
stop.
how to say words.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
I don't know what was going on in that cart now.
Now he wondered why people were upset. He accuses me of driving into the curbs on purpose. You're not allowed to stop at a stop sign. Can't follow the rules of the road and stop at stop signs when you're crossing over regular roads in a golf cart. Can't do that. Not allowed to do that.
Greg was coming to full stops and sitting there for 8 seconds going.
Wrong. It looked both ways.
And then would go.
How were you taught how to cross the street? You just look one way, or you look both ways?
More of the story. I'm never riding with Greg anymore.
The good thing is we brought none of this up on Octagon Brothers. We saved it so we could have more of an audience with Matt and Mark and Matt involved in this. So
it was a fun day. I just hate Greg.
How did the suplex go this week?
Suplex went well. Turns out I went 11-1 on the first episode of Octagon Brothers for that card.
I went 7-5. His only loss was also like a plus 400 underdog too.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take risks.
I went 7-5. Not bad.
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
One fight changes and you're 500. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
And then if every fight changes, I'm 12-0.
Well, no,
every loss.
You'd be 5-7 if every fight changed.
Every fight I lost.
You'd be 5-7.
Every fight I lost.
Go clean that throat of yours or whatever Greg put down there. I don't know.
Shout out to the Edmonton Oilers for extending the series and keeping at least the doldrums pushed back for one more day. Unfortunately, however, the NBA Finals, what?
I think I did forget to add, I think Matt and Mark both had the Mavericks series.
No.
Add in for the week. We'll have to add it
next week.
We'll have to add it next week.
And we'll next week. The NHL hasn't announced their. Well, we didn't do awards for the NHL in terms of futures. We just did divisions and things like that. So we'll.
I took Bobrovsky for the Venezia Meat Trophy.
Maybe I don't see that here. NBA predictions, not the hottest. I did hit. I mean, to be fair, I gave you Eastern Conference and champion in the Boston Celtics to start the season.
Yeah, you're probably pumped Celtics fan.
We'll get the full breakdown of that as we look at it next week probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Boston Celtics claim a title.
Yeah, shout out Jason Tatum for just trying to use every saying that every other player has ever used.
Really trying to get a viral clip out there.
He's
the
very
pictures
good at basketball.
Correct.
He's not very good off of the court. He comes off as like a try.
Part of my take said he talks in memes, and it's very true.
Yeah,
like he did the Kanye West meme. He did the Kevin Garnett meme. He memed.
And they did
he memed out.
Steph Curry.
He did the Chris Boss champagne meme too. Did you guys see that one where he pours it all over his face?
I did see that.
Yeah, he just wanted to be. He wanted that viral. Like he wants the Kobe in the shower holding the trophy video.
He didn't take that one, but he did take one where it looked like
the MJ photo.
But it looked like the MJ photo.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Whatever.
Criticize that all you want. They still won the championship.
Correct.
They did. I hope it eats at him that Jaylen Brown won the MVP. I hope it eats at Tatum and it just causes some kind of discourse because that's all we got, right? Like.
They got a lot. They're like the whole team's coming back next year, pretty much.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, people are like, "Oh, it's going to be a dynasty." It won't last with both of them being there. Like, if Brown keeps winning MVPs and Tatum doesn't, it won't last. Egos will get the best of him, of someone.
Yeah,
Jaylen
I'm
Brown-
sure you're
Because
right.
Jaylen
Tatum
Brown was
wants-
unbelievable.
But
Yeah,
at
he's
the
really
same
really
time,
good basketball
Also
player.
very
Turns out.
how long have they been together though? They've been
7
together like
years?
8 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So-
has been the narrative for 7 years, and
But they haven't won anything yet.
that's true. You're
No,
not
no.
wrong.
If they won that other title that they lost, then we would be talking about them as a dynasty potentially.
But then you're also,
Right.
but you also talk about like there are duos that don't have that problem because
Name one.
they're more clearly defined of who's the one and who's the two.
Jordan
I
and
was going to
Pippen.
say, well, Steph and Clay was more what I was going to say. Steph clearly the one, Clay clearly the two, and there never really was. There was never really friction, at least not public friction. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, etc.
Look at Shaq and Kobe. Look at that friction.
Well, yeah, of course. But that is I think that's a more comparable situation because you don't really know who's the defined 1 and 2 in that situation, Shaq or Kobe. Every game could be different.
Or the 2 and 3.
But
Also,
here-
they could just be
here I
perfectly
feel like-
fine. I'm just trying to bring them
Yeah.
down.
Drew
because
Holiday,
I
I'm
don't
with
want
you.
them- I don't want them to
I'm-
win.
I'm
No,
with you
the
here
one
because I
thing
feel
you
like
have to-
Tatum's the one.
The one thing
Right?
you have to
Like-
remember though is that nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. Everybody thought the Nuggets were deemed
Some of those contracts.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing. Everyone thought the Nuggets were destined to repeat. They brought back almost the same roster, missing Bruce Brown maybe, but for the most part had a similar team coming
it was-
back.
I think it was Bruce Pearl. Why are you sitting back like that?
I don't know. It just was. It
You
looked funny.
see, he's doing it yesterday too. He was as we were
Yeah, but
talking on the
yesterday we
show.
weren't
We're
on
not on
camera.
video to be fair, but he's sitting like this sideways. He's going.
I was sitting like this
Before-
and talking that way.
I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah,
Before this pod went on video, I used to lay in bed and do the
that is
podcast.
true. You did. You were typically in the bed in your extra bedroom.
Would much rather be in that get vertical or no, get horizontal.
Horizontal.
Nah, we're getting Paul George, so
Great, another
Maybe.
guy who's never
Good.
won anything.
he's a perfect player to fit into our team, though.
Greg,
He's
I hate
might
when
as well
you
get
say
Danny
that.
Granger.
I hate when you say another guy that's never won anything. 95% of the NBA players have never won anything.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like-
especially if they play for the Sixers.
that's
Heyo.
100%.
That's true.
I mean, so
Not
when you
Iguodala.
say
Kyle Lowry.
didn't win anything, like
Kyle Lowry's got
you're talking about a lot of players that are
George has
very
never
good.
made a conference final. Mark,
that is not true.
when Mike? When?
Certainly
With the
made it with the
Pacers
Pacers.
against the Cavs,
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
or against the Heat. Pacers against the Heat.
Ooh, I don't
Pacers Heat.
know.
Yeah, but that was Danny Granger's team.
That's also true.
Yeah, we didn't know who the 1 or 2 was back then, and now look at them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be the Celtics.
Also, but
you know,
Paul George, if you
lose
add him
next
in,
year.
it's a prime second or third scoring option that isn't Tobias Harris.
All
I would take Paul George way over Tobias
did
Harris.
make it. He did make it 2 years.
I was gonna say,
2012, 2013, and 2013, 2014. He made the conference finals.
Roy Hibbert.
never won anything.
That was Roy Hibbert.
10,
That left shrimp.
11 years ago. 11 years ago, he made the
The
conference
guy's
finals.
36 years old.
Congratulations.
Can we
11
keep bringing
years
in
ago.
old guys? Let's bring
He's
in a
34.
50-year-old
No,
guy
man,
left
that's
shrimp.
bringing back Nick Batum. Nick Batum's coming back. He can't guard
God.
me out there, but Nick Batum's coming back.
What? Did you watch
Nico.
anything? What are you talking
Nico.
about?
Not getting
Batum.
ridiculous, Greg.
Yeah,
That
I mean, you're just
Peloton
saying
could guard
nonsense.
you out there, dude.
Listen, he'll be out there crossing up Batum. Don't worry about it.
That
Also,
Peloton
did,
will cover you like white on rice.
More of the story. Paul George is a much better third option in the team that is going to have depth next year because of the salary cap than Tobias
Not
Harris.
if they, not
Well,
if they
that's
give it
definitely
to Paul
anyone's
George.
bet.
Does that mean we're winning the title? I'm not saying that, but it gives us much better chance than what we've had in the last 4 years.
Sure, that's fine. But again, settling for 36-year-old guys who are on the
34.
back half of their
It's 34.
34-year-old guys on the back half of their career who haven't played real meaningful minutes in big NBA playoff games in 11 years is
What
tough.
are you talking about? He's played
Nick
meaningful
Batum's-
minutes in the. Are you saying so? Wait. How has he not played meaningful minutes in 11 years? That is a
If you don't make
horrible.
the conference, if you don't make the conference tournament in 11, that's meaningful minutes. Meaningful minutes isn't. Has Embiid played meaningful minutes? in his NBA
he's
career?
went to several
When?
game sevens, stuff like that.
In the
How are
second
those,
round of the
How was his last
playoffs.
game 7?
how are those not meaningful minutes?
How
The
was his
second
last
round
game
of the
7?
playoffs.
What? The second round, yes, that's meaningful minutes if you're going to game 7, especially against teams that win the Eastern Conference Finals and stuff. Yes,
That's meaningful minutes for a team that's not good, that doesn't actually win anything.
what?
I played meaningful minutes in my men's league basketball
The
league.
dumbest thing I've
When
ever heard.
What do you mean it's the dumbest
That's
thing you've ever
stupid
heard?
to say those are
the Sixers-
meaningful minutes.
They're not. They're not.
Yeah,
We've
that's
never
dumb.
accomplished anything.
That's fair.
We haven't made the
Not
Eastern
accomplishing
Conference
stuff is
Finals.
different than playing meaningful minutes. That's stupid.
Second round.
That's stupid. Yes.
We've lost to meaningful minutes against the Atlanta Hawks in a game
Yes,
7.
those were meaningful minutes.
For meaningful minutes?
Yes, 100%.
We should have won by 100.
100%. I agree.
We lost to Bogdan Bogdanovic, who's the man. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, was he on the team? Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, of course he was on the team.
Can the Sixers get him?
But
What are we
those
doing?
are still meaningful minutes. I don't know how you can't say they are.
They're not meaningful
they are.
minutes. They're not.
I also
Well,
am
can
gonna
we
do more
stop
research, see
wasting
Paul
my
George
meaningful
made
minutes
more
and get to
research.
some picks?
He hasn't. I Googled it, Mike, and I got taken to a page with all of his conference final stats. Averages 21.5 points per game in the conference finals. However, he hasn't been there since 2013, 2014, which would be 10
What's the
years
average
ago.
in the second round?
I'm really,
That's not meaningful.
But that's when we need the help, right? Because if we were
It was
comparing
literally
Paul
in the
George to
conference
Tobias-
finals in 2021. This guy's just flat out lying to us.
in
In
2021.
2021.
Yes, for the Clippers. They played the Suns. You're just flat out lying to us.
Oh,
What, those
wow.
aren't meaningful? This guy's out here lying about stats. Everybody's been lying to me about stats all day, and Greg's just jumped on the bandwagon about lying about stats.
This did not come up the last time I Googled.
Ah,
this.
okay.
Yeah,
all
on
right.
Stat News,
No.
Stat News did not come up with it. I'll show you the screenshot of what came up.
He played
That's
for the. He
me.
played there.
I see what happened. Everybody relax. I clicked on
US
Western. It
Pacers.
was Eastern Conference semifinals.
Ah, okay.
This is what the first page
And he
was.
dropped 34,
So my
26,
apologies.
27, 23, 41, and 21. Just
And that
a
was only
mere
3 years
2
ago.
3 years ago.
How'd
Out
that
of
work
my
out for
face.
Paul George and the Clippers?
The same way it worked
Pretty
out
sure-
for
pretty sure Chris
99%
Paul
of
went
the
to
league.
finals.
They lost to the Suns, sure. That
He
the
didn't win the
Suns.
championship, right?
Wait, Chris
Might-
Paul went to the
now,
finals?
so you're just
How old
moving
was
the
he when he got there?
moving the goalposts. What do you mean?
In this case, I'm moving all goalposts. For
You
that
read it
particular-
wrong, and
that
now you're
particular
moving the
screen. I did not read it wrong. I clicked on the wrong link. Different.
How old was
Different.
How old was Chris Paul when he got to his first finals?
How'd that work out for him?
How old
Blew
was
to
he?
a lead in the finals to Giannis. And Chris
I don't
Paul.
Yeah, how'd that
remember.
work out for him?
I don't remember
Paul
anything about the
George
finals.
is much better third option or second option than Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I'm not.
But is
yeah,
he a championship option?
All right.
He's the same guy
Alright.
on his podcast today who was complaining about having to play more defense because they traded all the role players to the Sixers.
And now we
I
have
kinda like
I
that.
don't want to play defense.
Now
Oh,
we
who
have
plays
those role
defense. Oh, the guys that won the championship, their two best players play defense. Weird.
now we have
I'm in on Paul George now.
Well,
I'm in on Paul.
I'll tell you what I'm in on, fellas. I am in on getting away from the basketball talk, and we'll get to a little bit more, I guess, later on. But let's get into some Major League Baseball. I know the Thursday slate is always a little bit meager in terms of games because it's a travel day for a lot of teams. But Bovada does have the lines up there. There is plenty to pick from. Tough Phil's lost today. Should have cut, I don't know, the whole team, Mike, if it were up to you. But Mark, I see you got the Phillies hat on. I'll start with you in baseball.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to start with the not really a rival, but a division rival, the Nationals, minus 145 against the Diamondbacks. They're playing at 105 tomorrow. Not quite sure why they're a favorite in any game, but 145 is a decent clip to be favored by, so I'm going to take them here.
First of all, I forgot to mention this over the past couple of weeks because it came to light when we were talking on You're Wrong about guys in baseball who were banned for gambling. The Diamondbacks NLCS last year is null and void. Andrew Saalfrank was suspended for a year for betting on baseball, and that man pitched several innings against the Phillies last year. What are we doing here? How is that series not under protest? It's an illegal player.
Who's Andrew Saltmine?
He's a lefty, young kid. You're an idiot.
Not as
Meaningful
much of an
minutes.
idiot as that
Meaningful
guy.
minutes.
I can't stand these people that I like as a person that loves to gamble, why are you gambling on your sport? Like, just take a few years off. Gamble on it when you're done. It's not
To
that
be
hard.
fair, I think it was when he was in the minors. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And he was hurt, actually. I think maybe too. All these guys
Do you
seem to
think
get
that should
injured,
be
and that's
allowed
when they
then?
start gambling.
If he was a minor league player betting on major league, why wouldn't that be allowed?
I don't
He's
know.
not even
I think
in
you're
the
just not
league.
allowed to bet on baseball.
You're
in
not allowed to
general.
bet on baseball, especially you still know things if you're in the organization and stuff. If you
I don't
especially
bet
go
on
to the
baseball in case I ever
Fair.
get called up. So
What?
I'm
That's
just
true.
covering my
Waiving your
bases.
eligibility. What if?
Yeah, you never know.
Where did that story about the umpire who was suspended for gambling go? Well,
Oh, you
I
didn't
did
hear?
see that.
You didn't hear?
no.
You got called out.
Yeah, I mean, why would you even let him go there?
Mike,
Ayo.
give me a baseball pick.
I'm in that Diamondbacks Nationals game. I didn't see the line earlier. I don't know if it's up there now. Oh yeah, Josh Naylor.
I just said it.
I mean, everybody.
We'll go the over in that game. Not a lot of runs today in that Diamondbacks Nationals game. I'm gonna go over 9 minus 105.
Minus 105. Matt, what do you have in baseball?
Let's go Yankees minus 150 against the Orioles.
I have a question.
Hold on. I'm taking the Orioles plus 124 in that matchup against the Yankees, for the record. And I also have the Guardians, speaking of Josh Naylor, minus 105 at Bovada. Go ahead, Mike. Question.
There's a lot of argument in one of my group chats today about after Judge got hit yesterday and he's in the hand, he's hurt and everything. They're saying they should peg at Gunnar Henderson today.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I said no because it wasn't like he got hit in the head or something. It was like a really freak, like he was getting his hands out of the way and it hit his hand. It wasn't like they clear throw at the back or something or at the head or something that hit him.
Wasn't the rumor that it was in retaliation for a slide or something that hurt the third baseman for the Orioles?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I heard a little.
So
bit
if that's a thing, then I could see it more then. But I didn't see it. I didn't hear that part.
It feels
Retaliation.
unnecessary. Yeah, it feels unnecessary with the way that the race is going with those two teams currently. But like it's baseball, so nothing would shock me in terms of throwing it, guys.
Fair.
Someone's ass always ends up in the jackpot. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that little like. Very appreciated.
I like that one.
Mark, what else you got?
I'm gonna take Speaking of the Yankees and the Orioles, I'm gonna take the Orioles plus 126.
Oh, it's moved to plus 126. I just gave it out at plus 124. I guess my odds were a little bit off. I like that. You get a little extra value there. I'm also taking the Twins minus 134 over the Rays. Matt, what else you got in baseball?
Speaking of the Orioles Yankees, I'm going to take the Athletics plus 122 against Kansas City Royals. The Royals look good this year, but I don't think that Paul Rudd and the guy from 21 Jump Street and I don't think they're going to. No, the other guy.
Seth Rogen.
No, the other guy. He plays the captain of the boat in the episode of The
Cream?
Office when they go on the booze cruise.
Rob.
Rob Riggle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So they're all Kansas City fans.
Great. Mike, what's your next one?
I'm gonna go with the Brewers minus 121.
They're on my card as well.
West Coast trip, but they're already there. Padres gonna fly home today from Philly, doing the traveling thing again.
Yeah, they were my card, my last pick. Same reasoning. Padres coming back from the East Coast to take them on tomorrow night. Mark, anything else in baseball?
No, that's it for me.
Matt?
Yeah, one more. I'm going to take the Dodgers against the Rockies. Alternate run line -3 plus 110.
All right.
Yeah,
Mike, anything?
Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 160.
So Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 160. All right, they can cruise out of baseball pretty quickly, and we can get right into the large soccer tournaments that are currently going on. Speaking of those, it is the Euros that are the primary focus at the moment, with Copa America.
When are the UEFAs?
Copa America starts tomorrow, so they're on tomorrow.
What
Not
the
sure
hell
when
are the
UEFAs
UEFAs?
I don't know.
What
I
the
wasn't
hell
100%
are the
sure.
UEFAs?
Isn't that a tournament, the UEFAs?
I don't think so.
No, that's an organization.
I'm
It's
not
the
quite
UEFA
sure when the
Euros.
UEFA kind of sounds like a cookie.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a tea and a couple
wafer?
UEFAs. I'll have a UEFA. Yeah, sure. Give me Hungary against Scotland plus 150. Speaking of UEFA cookies, I think Hungary gets it
'Cause you're
done.
hungry?
They got a good team this year. Their front seven is strong from what I've seen. So I think they'll do good. Are people watching these games?
Yeah.
They're on all day.
The only ones that I don't tune into is whenever they have it on Fubo TV instead of just having it on Fox.
Five
Definitely
games
not
on
Fubo
Fubo.
TV. It's
Fubo?
definitely not Fubo TV.
Whatever.
I was trying
For
to watch
you,
Turkey
by
versus
you.
Georgia.
Yeah,
the
that
other
was one of the
day,
better games
and-
of the tournament.
And it was on.
It
It
was.
was on Fubo.
Yeah.
I kept flipping around all the different streaming services, like, where is this game? And I Googled it, and I was
The
like,
same thing
I don't
happened
have
with
Fubo.
Romania and Ukraine. I was excited about that one because it was the Romaine matchup.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, it took you guys
All right.
took you a little longer.
No, we got it. Let us move on.
I'm taking Serbia over Slovenia.
One? Did you get that one? Let us move on. It's a Romaine joke.
I thought
Romaine
you would have
lettuce.
liked it of all people. Of all people, I thought you would have liked it.
I added. I yes
Tag
ended.
on to it.
I yes ended.
Serbia, for the record, minus 130 at Bovada in that matchup with Slovenia. A little Jokic versus Doncic matchup.
Are they
So-
playing?
They might as well be, because neither of them are playing basketball anymore. So
What's Doncic's contract look like? Free agent next year?
I assume he's there forever.
Can we get him?
I don't think so.
No, he's gonna probably own part of the team.
I don't think you can do that legally. I think that's against the collective bargaining
Yes.
agreement.
Caleb Williams.
That
tried
is
it.
against the collective.
Why is
that's
everything I searched come up in French? The whole search came up in French.
Because you said Nicholas
Um,
Batum.
So Luka
Final year
Doncic,
26-27 player option.
yeah,
Okay.
he would not be an unrestricted free agent until the 27-28 season. He's only making a mere $43 million next year. That's not that bad.
What do you think he's gonna make a year in his next contract? 60?
Yeah,
65?
probably, the way the cap keeps jumping up.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
And the cap is jumping. Ladies, leave your man at home.
All right.
Mike, what do you got in the Euros before Matt continues Blue Cantrell?
I am going to start with my lock of the week, and it's Belgium minus 1.5 plus 125. They
They
drew
lost.
their first game, or they lose.
They lost.
I thought they drew, but either way, they should have won by a million. But Lukaku just refused to put the
Dude,
ball in the net.
He's the
They
king
did
of
lose to
scoring goals
Slovakia.
that don't count.
Yeah, he got two goals called off. Could not put the ball in the net. I think they go and they smash.
Romania.
Yeah, I think it is Romania. Yeah, Romania on Saturday. So that's my lock of the week. Plus 125, Belgium minus 1.5. It's the last time of their golden era. They got to make some sort of run. So
Not a great start to lose to Slovakia outright. Mark, what do
Correct.
you got in the Euros?
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna make my lock of the week Poland plus 270. You got Lewandowski coming back. Poland played way better than I thought they would against Netherlands.
if it was closer,
And
I'd say
I
that's
need-
too high of a lock. To be fair.
And I need some units to catch up to me.
I feel like because it's soccer, plus 270 is an allowable lock.
Yeah.
I think it's a case-by-case basis.
If it was a closer matchup, that would not be allowed.
It would be allowed.
But you're
It
back
would be allowed for sure.
like 120 units. It would not. I think we drew the line
Well,
at like
after I
plus
win
200
these
at
13
most.
units on the 13 and a half units, I'll be back like 60.
Poland is on my card as well at plus 270, and if we're all doing locks of the week this early, I'm taking lock of the week. It's France over Netherlands plus 125 at Bovada. I don't
No
the
Mbappe.
Dutch team. The Dutch team. I'm fine with that. The Dutch team struggling to barely beat a Poland team that was undermanned the way they were. I like France. Running
Netherlands
away.
plus 215.
That's rude. There's the mean.
Netherlands, it's a tough start in the first start, but the French team, no Mbappe, they're not the same French team as old. Their attack, Dembele is horrible. Should not even be at the tournament.
That's a mean thing to say about a guy.
He stinks. Shouldn't be at the tournament. Should have been Elise. But he
What's
stinks.
a
They don't
Dembele?
have Griezmann's old. They don't have a lot of attacking. I feel like right now they do have
They got-
Koulibaly, but
They got a 9-man. They got. Phew.
he was so pumped to say whatever he was going to say.
He was speaking French.
It's not even. It's not even funny anymore.
I mean, we have to hear it.
I was gonna say they have a guy named Greaseman, but that's not. Whatever. we'll pass.
So stupid.
Yikes.
Matt, do you have any
Is
picks in soccer anymore?
Yeah, is this the Olympics?
No. This is the
Okay.
Euros.
The UEFA.
There
Give me
is soccer in the
Portugal.
Olympics, though.
Give me Portugal. I'll take it at minus 175 over Turkey.
All right. Mark, what else you got?
Give me Spain plus 115 against Italy.
Wow, bold.
Yeah. I mean, Spain came out and mashed Croatia, and Italy had some trouble.
Is your boy still playing for Croatia?
Modric is still playing for Croatia.
Okay.
That guy's the man.
I thought he gave
Another
up.
Luka. No, this is going to be his last tournament, I believe. I don't think he's going to make it to the World Cup, but he's not retiring from Real Madrid yet, I don't think. I think just Tony
I thought this
Kroos
was his
is-
last year with Real Madrid.
Is it his too? I just keep
I
hearing
thought it
more
was.
about Tony Kroos. So I guess
I
'cause
thought it was
Tony-
the end for both of them. But I'm in that Spain and Italy game.
Okay.
Before I forget, I'm gonna double dip on the over. I'm gonna take over 2 minus 143, and then over 2.5 plus 130. I think there's gonna be goals galore in that game. I think it's gonna be one of the better games of the tournament.
You said minus 130 was over 2.5?
Plus 130.
Plus 130.
So he hasn't officially retired or announced any kind of retirement, but he is meeting with Real Madrid about it.
Gotcha.
Give me England minus 150 against Denmark.
Oh, Jack Grealish.
Didn't make the roster.
Yeah. England looked bad in game one. They won, but they didn't
Because
look
they
great.
didn't have Grealish.
They had Bellingham.
It's coming home.
They had
It's not
Bellingham?
coming home. They do have Bellingham.
Who's Bellingham?
Jude. Hey, Jude.
I have the draw in that Denmark-England game, plus 260, and I also have Germany minus 135 over Switzerland. That's my last pick in the Euros for this week. Mike, what else you got?
I'm no more Euros picks, but I do have a few Copa America picks.
All right, we'll go to Copa America in 1 second. Matt, anything else in the Euros?
Yeah, one more in the Copa America. Give me Belgium minus 220. How did Belgium do in their first match?
You missed like the entire 5 minutes
Talk.
we talked about this.
Well, because I have them to win it all. I got a future on them.
They lost.
It's
to
not a
Slovakia.
good start. It wasn't a good start.
What?
But I think the team that has won has not been a great. The first match hasn't been great. The last like 4 major tournaments, like including the World Cup and then the Euros and stuff.
Who won last year's World Cup?
Argentina.
Argentina. And it was
After
2
they
years
lost
ago.
to Saudi Arabia.
Yes,
It was like a year and a half ago because it was in the winter
correct.
or
True.
fall or whatever.
Winter Strain.
Anything else in the Euros, Mark? Then we'll switch to
Yeah,
Copa
I got
America.
Czechia minus 135 against Georgia. Czech Republic. I don't know why they're calling them Czechia now, but I guess that's the name of the country. So
It's probably because they want people to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Okay.
way better.
Copa
Way better
America
than Greaseman.
time.
Way better than
If I had
Greaseman.
to guess.
Copa America time. Mike, I'll go to you first.
I will go with Canada plus 1.5, plus 100 in that first game. They're playing Argentina. I don't know if that's tomorrow or Friday. I think it's tomorrow.
6:20.
Tomorrow at 8
Tomorrow at 8. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I think Argentina wins by 1, so I think Canada covers that plus 1.5.
Is Messi playing for Argentina?
I'd assume so.
I don't think so. He's been hurt, right? Isn't he?
But as we
isn't he
said,
not?
Argentina doesn't start, or they start slow.
You're not wrong. I'm taking Chile over Peru plus 105 in their matchup. Mark, what do you have in Copa America?
I'm going to take Mexico minus 160 against Jamaica. Is this all happening in the United States, or is this like one of those joint ventures where it's in Mexico, in Canada, and U.S. like in
I
the
think
World
it's
Cup?
just
would be?
the
I feel
US.
it's like that.
I think
Okay.
the Copa America
Well-
is just U.S.
Regardless
I think.
if it's in the U.S. or in Mexico, there's going to be a shit ton of Mexican fans in the stadium. There always is. So I think they take down Jamaica pretty easily, even with Andre Blake as the brick wall back there.
All right, Matt, anything in Copa America?
Ooh. I'm getting a Raising Cane's not too far from my house.
We're going one by one.
Ooh.
Never tried?
Yeah, Copa America, my favorite tournament. Personally, I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, everything's in America.
Yeah, so I just love that every game is a huge underdog versus a huge overdog. So that's really good. I'm gonna rock with Costa Rica plus 1,600 against Brazil.
Since this is your favorite tournament, tell me a little bit about it. Like, who's usually hosting it? Like, who usually plays in it?
So the Copa America, it's North America, South America, the islands. It back in, I think it was 1996 when tournament creator Josef Fortinet decided to start the tournament with his conglomerate over there at Procter and Gamble. They put this tournament together because they wanted to compete with the Euros, UEFA over there in Europe, and it's they did a good job putting this tournament together. We've had winners in the past. USA's won a few times. Mexico's won a few times. We're very excited for what the future holds in American, South American, and Canadian soccer.
Perfect. Mark, finish up your Copa America stuff.
Wow.
Don't even acknowledge that. Just move on. Just move on.
You
Ecuador
asked me for
minus
the history.
125. I
Also
feel like
on
that's
my
not
card.
correct, but you know,
It was
you
not-
started out with
it
the
was
word.
not-
You started out with the first 7 words being so wrong.
Correct.
It reminded me of Greg. You'll like that. It's a Taxi when Doc Brown. He's like, they were like, well, what's the population of like, I think he says like Brazil, and he's like 14,275,000, and then everybody in the whole room's like, wow, like holy crap.
How do you know that?
They're like, well, they're like, what's $1 even cost over there? And he's like, the franc is like, and they're like, holy crap, like, how did you know all that? And it's dead quiet, and he looks at him and he goes, I was right? He's like, what do you mean I was right?
It was
Taxi,
such a
the
good
absolute
scene.
best.
It was such a good
Like,
scene because he's sitting there like this, like thinking real hard.
Just spouts off 2 answers, like, and he's like, are you kidding?
Mike, do you have anything else in Copa America so we can get out of soccer?
Yeah, I'll start with USA -2 plus 105 against Bolivia. I think they win by like 4 or 5.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it.
You said I'll start off with, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, let me start by giving you my only pick.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's what I said.
You did.
You did.
You did.
You did say I'll
Nope.
start with.
It doesn't matter. Let's go to tennis. I have
Didn't
nothing in
say
tennis as per usual. Mark, go ahead while Mike tries to figure out how dumb he sounded.
If anybody from Callaway's listening, sponsor me. All right, later.
Idiot.
What in the world was that?
Go ahead, Mark.
I just ordered a bunch of Epsom salt so I could
No, you didn't.
find the center.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
ordered off Amazon. Ordered off Amazon.
Amazon. What was that?
What in the world?
It's like Keenan in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Speaking French.
Mark, give me your
Oh,
tennis
my God.
picks.
We.
Give me Herkoch -3, -135 against James Duckworth.
My rubber duck is yellow. That was such a good bit.
So stupid. It's unbelievable. Mike, tennis.
I'm gonna take Elena Rybakina over Veronika Kudermetova -4, -120.
All right. Matt, anything in tennis?
Yeah, I'm in the WTA. Berlin. Give me Katerina Siniakova -3.5, -150.
Okay. Picking a match that was interrupted. It's in the middle of the first set. Mark,
Who
what else-
who interrupted it?
Mark, what else you got in tennis?
Give me Coco -3, -115 against
On my
Katerina Alexandrova.
-3, -115. Mike, you said it's also on your. Mike, anything else on your card?
Last pick that I'm gonna start with Ons Jabeur -3.5, -125.
3.5 -125. Mark, close me out in tennis.
You're closed.
All right, Matt, do you have anything else outside of that one?
No, I got one more. I'm in WTA Birmingham now. Give me Harriet Dart +130 over Barbara Krejcikova.
All right. Let's move on then to the aforementioned NHL. We do have minimum one more NHL game this season, potentially two. The Oilers looking to become only the second team ever in Cup Final history to come back from 3-0 down. It was the original team that came back from 3-0 down, the Toronto Maple Leafs back in the 1940s. The Oilers looking to replicate that against the Florida Panthers. Some very, very tight minutes at the end of last night's game.
Meaningful.
The Oilers managed to, yes, very meaningful. The Oilers managed to hang on and not lose that game. Unreal play for McDavid. The Kachuk save of that puck right before McDavid ended up netting it was one of the more unbelievable plays you're going to see. But we do go back to Edmonton on Friday night. It should be a really fun one. Mike, I'll start with you.
I'm gonna take the under 5.5 -115. Been a lot of goals. I think as you get later here, Game 6 and then a possible Game 7. I think it's going to be less and less goals.
All right, Mark.
We want the cup. Give me the Panthers +105. I think it ends with a handshake and also Bobrovsky getting the Conn Smythe at +600 on my card.
Now that you say that, it's another loss for Matt. It is. He took the under 5.5.
He did. He rooted for handshakes and he was wrong. Matt, what do
Oh,
you
sorry. I'll still have a plus double-digit week, pal.
It'll be next week.
I'm taking Edmonton at home in Alberta -125 against the Florida Panthers.
Oilers also on my card to win tomorrow night -125. I think they right now the momentum is just with them currently. It's not even worth betting on anyone from the Oilers because if they do win, it will be McDavid who wins the Conn Smythe, and he's a -225 favorite at Bovada currently to win that award.
Having to travel back to Edmonton
tough.
is tough.
How far is that flight?
Edmonton?
Most certainly is.
How far?
Edmonton,
those flights
Alberta,
2,500
Canada.
miles.
have to be so fucking long after a loss. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, if you're Florida right now, you have to be miserable.
Hey, you think you'd probably be out celebrating and everything last night, not having to
Could
go
be
all
out
the
with
way
the
back to
Celtics.
Edmonton.
The Celtics are in Miami.
Which I think that's a crazy move.
It's what a bizarre move.
Why-
Boston's
why is it
title
Miami?
team gonna say we're gonna fly away from the city that we just won a championship in to go to Miami to party.
Dude, but have you ever been to 11?
No, I'm taking the Hershey Bears plus 115 in the
That's
AHL.
super weird. I didn't
as
know
well.
that.
Yeah, and then they're going back for the parade on Friday. So they flew out.
Strange.
I guess they celebrated Boston that night, and then early in the morning they flew to Miami
Yeah.
to go celebrate there for 3-4 days, and then go back. And it's crazy.
Have you ever been to Miami?
I have.
No.
Have you ever been to 11?
No.
Let's go to NASCAR. Before
Matt
brings
doesn't
up 11
have-
again.
Mike doesn't have one outfit that would work at 11.
I don't think so. I'm taking Denny Hamlin in the USA Today 301 plus 650. Mike, anything in NASCAR?
Chase Elliott plus 1,200. The leader on points for the year. He's going to get his second win of the year.
All right, Mark.
He's got to do it soon, right? Like he's been on my card so much. Martin Truex Jr.'s got to win one of these races. Plus,
Did you see the news?
he is retiring. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe he's retiring after this year.
He's retiring after this season, so he's got to win a few more.
How do you retiring from driving a car? You're just gonna
Ubers
gonna
now.
Uber everywhere. Yeah. No,
Matt, I'll go to you.
great career for Truex. Super happy for him, his family.
Jersey boy.
The U.S. Why is this the USA Today 301? Are they doing an extra lap?
They must be.
Do you think any of the guys get confused and they're like, "Oh, I gotta do one more"? No. Okay. Give me Ricky Stenhouse Jr. plus 40,000. It's his time, honestly.
Plus 40,000. All right.
You know that number's not for the amount of laps.
No, he doesn't.
Miles.
Okay.
But the question still
Daytona
stands.
500 isn't
301.
500 miles.
It's laps.
Or sorry, it's not 500 laps. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, it is.
No,
No, it's like 250
200.
laps.
It's 200 miles.
Yeah, you do half the laps of the mile.
It doesn't matter. Jesus Christ. Let's go to basketball. I know we talked. Really, it's just to look at the WNBA. Mike with one of the worst. I know we're in basketball, but Mike with one of the worst picks of all time last week with the Brahmas in the XFL or the UFL championship.
I didn't even watch. Didn't they get smashed?
They lost 28-0.
Yeah. Birmingham Stallions, tough ball club.
2 games on the docket. Dallas Wings, Chicago
Especially in
Sky
Birmingham.
first, taking the Sky minus 4.5, minus 115 on Bovada there. Mike, anything in the WNBA?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Sky minus 4.5, minus 115. Pretty sure Rike Ngumbuale's hurt. She missed last game with some sort of Achilles injury. Probably will sit out again. So,
Mark, anything in the WNBA?
Yeah, I got the Aces minus 6.5, minus 115 against the Storm.
Game starts in
49 minutes.
49 minutes.
Well, put it on my card then. No, I just have the Liberty minus 15 against the Sparks. I was just joking about the Storm Aces pick. It was a good one.
All right, good. Also on my card, bummed to see Cameron Brink
Bad
torn
day.
ACL. That's a bummer for a Sparks team that was already very bad. So
sad.
It's not goodbye basketball. It's see you later.
exactly. Matt, anything in the WNBA?
That's what she posted on Instagram.
Oh, all right.
Come on, Greg.
I
Act like
follow
you watch
Cameron
the
Brink on Instagram. My apologies.
Wow. Greg doesn't support the WNBA. All right, we know.
That's
we know
not
where he
how that
stands.
works. That's not an equivalency.
All right. Speaking of an equivalency, I'm taking the Liberty minus 2,000.
All right. You're
Equivalency.
minus 2,000.
Equivalent.
Minus 2,000 on the card for Matt. All right, we good in basketball?
I'm on the Liberty minus 14.5, minus 110. The
Well, they're
Sparks are
minus
horrible.
15 now.
No, minus 15 doesn't matter. The Sparks are horrible. Hamby's good. That's about it.
All right,
Hamby.
Actually, okay.
let's
She's not bad. Jackson, but the rest of the team stinks.
let's go to the UFC. The Saudi Arabia fight card, UFC on ABC 6 this weekend. A nice little noon start time. If you want a really full breakdown of every fight on the card, listen to the Octagon Brothers.
The
Me and Mike
Suplex.
really diving into it. Suplex. We take everybody to Suplex City, trademark Brock Lesnar. But Mark, I'll start with you.
If Chris is listening, buy the suplex.com. All right, I'll start us off. I'm taking Rinat Fakret Dinov minus 350 over Nicholas Dalby.
Does he know he's like muted or something?
I
Why did
don't
he take his
know. I
headset
don't know.
off?
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm muted?
No, you're
not you.
good.
Mark's muted.
I was muted and I did not know.
Yeah. Well, then you took your headset off. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I got pissed off that Matt talked over me, but I wasn't talking.
No one could hear.
No one was speaking, so I took Rinhat.
All right, give me Gaffarov minus 155 against Kyung Ho Kang.
All right, Muin Gaffarov. My apologies for Mark on the card. Mike, I'll go to you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Chang-Ho Lee minus 105. I think he TKOs him.
Also on the card, we talked about it a lot. It's good value on Bovada for a guy who doesn't have as many fights as the guy that he's fighting against, but seems a lot more productive lately.
Running through his competition.
Exactly. Mark, what's your next one?
My next one, I'm gonna take Sharbutkin Magomedov minus 260.
Who is he fighting there?
Jolton Lutterbach.
Luderbach.
I think that I'm pretty sure I saw today. I think Luderbach had to back out of the fight, so I think somebody else was jumping in there.
Okay, all right.
So
Then
Well,
take that one.
that's the matchup we talked about, where Luderbach is he's much more karate and kickboxing, which could be a struggle. But if that does get scrapped, we'll scrap it out of there.
Yeah,
Mike,
Luderbach is out. Confirmed.
all right,
Okay,
well,
scrap
Mike,
it now then.
Mike, what's your next one?
I'm gonna go with Kyung Ho Kang plus 130. I always take the UFC experience over the new guys, so we're going experience there.
Absolutely, Matt. Your next one.
I'm gonna go with Nasrat Hakparist minus 240 over Jared Gordon. I'm going to take the experience that Nasrat has. He's got the reach advantage. He's got the experience advantage. I do think that he takes him down in this middleweight fight that we're about to watch.
He does have the experience.
I don't
that's
know
for
if he
sure.
does.
I think
Not
he
the experience advantage.
I think he's definitely been around longer in the UFC than Jared Gordon. Mike, what's your next one?
I think they've both been there since 2017. I'm going to take Johnny Walker, obviously, minus 110. Greg, not a Johnny Walker guy. Johnny Walker's electric, win or lose.
It's too unpredictable, so that's why, Mike.
You're against Johnny Walker?
Time.
You're slandering.
Volkan Ozdemir, minus 110 at Bovada. Listen, when I see that this line is moved on Bovada from one day to another, I'm taking Volkan Ozdemir. I don't know what you want me to say. Mark, your next one.
Give me Magomed Gaziasulov minus 310 against Brinson Ribeiro.
Gaziasulov.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you can figure out how to type that.
Yeah, I got it. Minus 310. Mike, your next one.
My last pick's just in the main event. So.
Okay, then Matt, I'll go to you.
Yeah, I got Jolton Lutterback.
Just said he's out.
I'm kidding. Give me Pavlovich minus 250 over Volkov.
I think that's a good pick. Sergey Pavlovich minus 250 there.
Is the line for KO for him up there? I mean, I assume it's probably not far away from.
I haven't clicked on it, so you can check that out. I'm going Daniel Rodriguez over Kelvin Gastelum plus 200. I think that's good value. Gastelum's lost I think 7 of his last 9 fights. So I'm going D-Rod there at plus 200. My only other pick is the main event, but does anybody have anything that's non-main event related?
I do. I have
I do.
Fakhretdinov against Nicholas Dalby minus 350.
Didn't you already take him?
No, Matt did.
Okay.
Matt said, Mark said, Jesus Christ. Matt said that he has another one. Matt?
I did not say another one. You said, does anyone have anything else besides the winner?
Besides the main event, yes.
I wanted to talk about how the Sixers are a disappointment still.
Okay. I got Muhammad John Naimov minus 120 against Felipe Lima.
Okay, Muhammad John Naimov for Mark here.
Thank you.
John Naimov.
I will take Sergey Pavlovich by KO, TKO, or DQ minus 150, Greg.
Minus 120.
Get a little bit more value. I think that's how he wins it.
All right, Sergey Pavlovich, KO, TKO, DQ, minus 150.
Correct.
All right, then main event time. It is Robert Whittaker taking on a last-minute replacement for Khamzat Chimaev in Ikram Aliskerov. Aliskerov only career loss is to Khamzat Chimaev, ironically. Whittaker does come in as the favorite, minus 155 at Bovada. Mike, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Bobby Knuckles, minus 155. As I said, Whittaker has been at the top. Obviously, he does have that recent loss to Drickus, current champ. His two leg and his other losses were to Izzy, former champ. So I think he'll get the win.
I'm right there with you. Whittaker also on my card. Matt or Mark?
In what?
Do you have anything in the main event?
Yeah, give me Ikram Aliskerov. I think he's a good fighter. He's more of a karate judo guy, so he's a little bit different. We haven't really seen that type of fighting in the cage before, so I am excited to see the type of experience that he's going to bring into the UFC.
Aliskerov plus 130. Mark, close us out in the UFC.
Aliskerov also on my card, plus 130. I also have a parlay that I want to put in that includes
Okay.
Aliskerov. It's Aliskerov, Naimov, Feretskanov, Gafurov, and Gasyulasov. All five of the guys that end in Ov, outside of Alexander Volkov, who's also fighting Sergey Pavlovich, who's like another Russian, so I'm not going to go there. But all the guys whose names would end with OV, I feel like they're good at fighting. So
Yep.
I'm
Sounds about
parlaying
right.
all five of those guys that I said. It comes out to plus 1080.
Not a bad move. Not a bad
Plus
move.
Yeah, that's
1080.
You see OV, you bet on it. That's my new
Yeah,
UFC
that
strategy.
makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, then let's go to the coming off the U.S. Open. The world of
Coming
golf
off.
goes back to a nice little split screen. Stop putting your Callaways up on the screen.
I threw something behind my iPad.
We have LIV Nashville this weekend. The LIV Tour resumes. Anything in the LIV Tour, Mike?
I did not look at the LIV Tour. So
All right, well, then I'll go to Mark real quick. Anything in the LIV Tour?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bryson DeChambeau plus 700. I mean,
Front runner. You don't even like Bryson.
I have a.
why are you not wearing the hat?
I have a hat like him.
I'm a
I don't know about you, but I have one of those hats.
I'm
have
having
a
a
Jeff
good hair
cap.
day.
I
man,
never.
But
have
is it a
hair
Puma
day.
Jeff cap?
Yeah, Cobra mode.
It's
First of all, I put Cobra Mode hat on and I parred 4 holes in the back 9.
Cobra mode, baby.
A lot of Father's
all
Day
about
mulligans.
Lot of
Like
fathers.
one-
This
Whoa,
man
first
put
of all, Father's
2
Day
to 3
mulligan?
tee shots on every hole. He shot a 96 though, or 98.
well, no wonder Mikey had the
95.
bad score. He's the only one that didn't get any Father's Day mulligans.
Exactly. That's what I'm
First of all,
saying.
I took one Father's Day mulligan and I piped it out of bounds. So no, it wasn't like that.
So you were hitting 5 off the tee on that hole.
Yeah, first of all, that hole is the hardest hole. I went
Correct.
driver off the deck because I was still 450 yards away.
Which
That's
hole?
why
is
when you
this?
start on the back 9 there at Letterack, it's like the second hole,
Ah.
or maybe it's the third one. It's tough. And
It's the
start thing.
third one, and it is an
Yeah.
absolute mile.
Yeah.
Matt.
And then the next one's not easy too because you have to lay up, but then it's a tough green where if you miss short, you're off the front. You miss far, you're off the back and the crap. Like it's a tough whole stretch right there.
I know I hit the green and I ended up in the sand.
And then the next hole is a 250 uphill par 3
yeah,
They call that the snake
that I
trap
parred.
because it
that I
catches
parred.
snakes.
I think that was our best hole of the day. I think I bogeyed it.
Did you guys
I
play as
parred
a
it.
scramble? It sounds like it.
No.
I mean,
I'm going to go team winner Crushers plus 650.
did you get
Front
your
runner.
Crushers gear yet?
I want Crushers US Open Championship gear. It just doesn't exist. Maybe I'll go on Etsy and see if there's any Bryson DeChambeau
gotta-
stuff.
I think they got to relook at those live logos, man. Some of them are so bad. And
Crushers one's rules.
the Crushers
Mike, did you
one
figure anything
does
else
not
out in the
look-
LIV Tour?
Nah, I got nothing.
Nothing in the LIV Tour. I'm taking Brooks Koepka plus 1,200. Him top 3 plus 325 and top 5 plus 210 at Bovada. Mark, you're good in the LIV Tour, right? Just a
Yep.
Shambo.
Just a Shambo.
All right, then let's go back to the PGA Tour. It is the Travelers Championship. Sans Rory McIlroy this week, pulling out after the
Wow, what
heartbreak at the end of the U.S. Open.
Just tough. Should have won.
Mike, I'll go to you.
I'm going to take Cantley, top 20. I'm doing the thing top 5, top 10, top 20 for Cantley, if we want to just run through that.
Cantley?
He's been playing well. I'm pretty sure he's got good history there at the Travelers. Finished, top 5 last week. He was right there in the mix a little bit. And then
Right there in the mix a little bit.
He was leading the.
I was looking at you.
He was leading the poopy pants category apparently on Sunday before Rory took over the poopy pants lead because he pooped his pants and played bad apparently.
Okay.
Anyways, I'll take Cantley top 5.
A lot of poopy pants talk.
Yeah, Greg
Poopy
too.
pants.
Patrick Cantley top 5 plus 275. Top 10 plus 125.
Professor Poopy Pants.
And then top 20 is minus 250.
Minus 250.
That closes it out
Mark.
for the group.
Mark, what do you have in the PGA Tour?
Do you have tenure, Greg?
Yeah, in the poopy pants group. Yep, I do. Been around poopy pants for a long time.
I mean, you are a professor.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I'm going to do the top 5, top 10, top 20 finish for Tony Finau. Top 20 is minus 150. Top 10 is plus 185. And top 5 is plus 450. Tony had a decent showing last week. He's been playing some good golf. He's got his entire family with him. The kids are off for summer, so I'm sure he's less stressed about his family life. So he's going to go out there and play some good golf.
I do like the new layout on.
I say they
Bovada.
switched it up a little bit. I
Under
like
the
that.
finishes, it gives you the guy, and then it says top 5, top 10, top
Yep.
20. That's pretty smooth. I am doing that with Russell Henley. He finished quiet T7 last week in the U.S. Open, but I'm taking Henley top 5 plus 375, top 10 plus 175. I'm also taking him to win plus 2,500. I also have Scotty top 5 minus 125.
I just realized you could do that. I literally scrolled down and read those odds as opposed to finding that at the bottom. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, no, neither did I. To be fair, so something new. You
Didn't
learn
know.
something new
Didn't know.
every day. I'm also going to take Steven Yeager top 20 plus 200. So, Matt, what do you have in the
Jaeger
Travelers?
wins the tournament? Will you do a Jaeger bomb on the show?
Sure. Yes. Matt.
Perfect.
No free ads. I'm gonna do top. My lock of the week top 10 finish. Brian Harmon plus 225. And I want Brian Harmon top 20 finish minus 140.
Matt's
Brian
the worst with that.
It's Brian
I
Harmon.
don't know
week.
if he's sending out fake pics and stuff like that in our group chat for him. Matt has taken talk about a commanding lead.
There's still
It's his year, dude.
10 weeks left. There's 10 weeks left.
He's been trying to
Weren't
jinx
you
everybody
last?
behind him as he's in first by a lot.
Wasn't he?
I
in
was in
last
dead last
forever?
place.
Dude, he
I
missed
was
like
in-
the first 4 cuts or something like that, and then he just went on a tear. It's unbelievable.
So now I'm in first by $5 million. So I don't know who's going to pay out all this million. So I'm looking pretty forward to it. So, but not really sure how the game works. But I have been locked in when it comes to golf recently.
My last 2 picks this weekend are Max Homa top 20 plus 110 and Wyndham Clark top 20 plus 110, along with Wyndham Clark outright plus 7.
Don't you hate Wyndham Clark?
Yeah, but that's the point, Mike. Or
I'm
Matt.
taking him top 20 plus 110.
I trashed Wyndham Clark after the Olympic announcement, and Mike's dumb friends don't understand anything about sports at all.
What happened now?
You missed.
I agree with
the
that,
whole
but I
argument.
don't agree with what you're saying. I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying.
I mean,
I'm
Greg
taking
just
it
thinks he's
because
100%
it's
right
cool.
at everything at all times. It's kind of how.
Oh, that sounds a lot like a guy in a white shirt
But
on the
Gunnar
podcast
Henderson
right now. That's weird.
Gunnar
That's
Henderson
weird.
did just get plunked.
No, well, I was wrong about that. See, I can admit it. All right, do we have anything else in golf for the challenge, Mike?
No, just that Wyndham Clark pick.
Matt?
I'm going to take first round bogey-free Patrick Cantley.
Good pick.
Actually,
Good pick.
yeah, okay, get it. He putted poorly at the Open.
What are the odds?
600.
Plus 600. All right, are we good then? Just go to the challenge?
Yep.
Yeah, but any consecutive player to have 18 consecutive pars plus 4,000. It's going to hit eventually.
What is a consecutive player?
Plus 4,000. I don't know
Huh?
either. You said consecutive player at first. I don't know why. Mark, you're 0-13 in the challenges. You're
Dude,
looking to
it's
start
so
a run.
bad.
Started off this week.
That is. We got to
Tony
make sure he
Finau.
goes defeated.
Tony Finau plus 3,000. Come on, Tony.
And on the card?
And on the card.
All right. Mike.
I'll take Cantley plus 1,800.
Matt.
I'll
hold on,
take.
Mike on the card.
Yes.
All right.
I want for the challenge. I want Sepp Straka plus 4,500. I want it on the card as well, but I also want
Who knows
Harman.
who he is?
I want Harman on the card as well at plus 3,500.
He said he's taking like 4 people in the group chat.
I'm taking Russell Henley for the challenge plus 2,500. It's already on the card. Fellas, fun week. Glad to be back. The doldrums start next week officially. Hopefully soccer can save us. Listen to the Octagon Brothers. Find Bettors Delay. YouTube.com/theunderdog. Twitter.com/Bettors Delay or X.com/Bettors Delay, whatever it is. And outside of that, let's go win some bets.